America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, and Germany. Hello, hello. And hello, Joy and Laura, and Angela and Joy, and Kirsten and Björk, and Monica and Olivia, Raquel, Lily, Kevin, Neistat, and the Schmatz, Alexis, Sidley, Hillary, Thomas, Jeremy, Ken. Hello, Joy. Hello, Joy. Today is 25 of May 2025 of this year.
Alright, Scott.
What is Joy?
I didn't know.
This is the real date and time in this moment. What is this? This is the real date and time in this moment.
I've got my phone in FPV mode. I didn't even notice where I got my gimbal. Let me fix that. There we go.
What is this?
Greetings, Brad Palmer. Group ride. Looks like they've got a second group held up behind them a little bit. All right, I gotta keep talking here. We're gonna pick up eggs. There's a ton of people over in the old Ryerson Student Learning Center steps. I don't know if there's an event going over there. Maybe doors open. Yeah, that one guy was just like, what the F is going on there?
I'll eat one.
Hello, peoples from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, and Germany, входящих в русские гетто-холокост геноцид страны, индийско-китайские страны. This is a video for the peoples from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, and Germany. And this is the video for Joy and Laura and Angela and Joy and Kirsten and Björk.
So Old City Hall is open
Monique
for
and
doors open.
Olivia, and
If there's
Kevin,
no line, we could possibly check that
the
out.
Schmatz, Alexis, and Hillary, Thomas, Jeremy, Henry. Hello, Joy. Hello, Joy. Today is 25 of May 2025.
There's
With
Dundas
this there.
Square in the corner.
Hello, Joy.
Or the
Today is
Southeast
Sunday.
corner. Can't turn,
Вот
lady.
это же зазрел детым time in this moment.
Hong
And
Kong
peoples
action.
from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, and Germany. Вот это же, вот это же. Sleep
Alright, let's
now.
head over.
15 hours. 57 minutes p.m. This Sunday. Вот это же. The real date and time on this moment. The real this. Actually.
No, it's not no turn on red, it's no turn period. There's a giant sign saying no lefts or rights. That's an easy one to have some cameras at the intersection just printing off tickets. Yeah, Matthew, I checked out Billy Bishop a few years ago, but Red Path Sugar might be neat. I'm going to try to come up with a few places I could maybe go to tomorrow. This year's list didn't excite me too much. OCAD is open. But Old City Hall might be neat. The TV Center is open, as per usual. But there's a church straight ahead that I think is open. This is really the only time I ever go into a church, but they are beautiful old structures. Christo says Young and Dundas looks like a circus. What else is new? Ken messaged me while he was in line at one of the places. I won't give away where he was, but he was being very annoyed by some loud talkers in line behind him. Lisa says the line at Osgood was nuts even before it opened. Yeah, Osgood and the Campbell House are open, and they both allow recording. I've been into Old City Hall a few times, but I imagine there's going to be quite a lineup in there. Usually City Hall has the worst lineup. This beautiful old church here. All right. I don't know. Okay, let's keep moving.
Susan, am I going to worry about it?
Okay. So this is the Church of the Holy Trinity. Join us for doors open Saturday, May 24th, Sunday, May 25th. So right now is 3:05, the Echo Women's Choir. So we should be quiet. Yeah, that would be the one thing I say that kind of sours this are the lineups. But we can go see what it's like at the TD Center. That one is always a bit of a highlight. Lisa says Osgood was just as long, or not longer, before it opened. Maybe though, if that was before it opened, that was just people anticipating it opened. And then once they got in, I don't know if Osgood has quite the appeal that new and old City Hall would have. And there's the Campbell House as well. Charlie asking, are summers in Toronto warm? Usually. We've got a sudden burst of warmth right now. But City Hall is also on the list of places you can waltz into for doors open. There's going to be a big line to get in. And music to avoid. Great. I'll give Ken some homework. If you can find somewhere that might be open on our way over there. We might... I screwed up. I changed my streaming server over at home, so when I press, I'll come up with a plan for tomorrow. But we'll see if I can do a Sunday Night Live stumble stream. If not, I'll do one on like Monday or Tuesday or something. Or I'll do one not at the usual hours. Hey Google, what time is the Leafs game tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow is at 7:30, so maybe there'll be an earlier Sunday night stumbles. Jennifer Gala watched my S-log on your LG C1 and C3. I did a great job. Love this weather. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer is an expert when it comes to video stuff.
1, 2, 3,
She's a master of HDR, so
5,
I sent her a sample
7, 8,
of my color grading work.
9,
First time working
10,
with Sony S-log.
11,
Thank you for the
12,
feedback.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 pencils in this home.
Well, I think we're
24.
stuck with the video settings.
24. Look to this, Женя. Peoples from the America, Canada, Alaska, Scotland, Finland,
No, there was no intro.
United Kingdom, New Zealand, France, Austria, and Germany. And look to this,
Greetings, our gang.
Angeline
Little
Joe,
rascals.
and Lauren, Kirsten, and York.
Douglas asks what goes on in the Stumbles channel versus the
I
main.
too,
Mostly
I to count pants in
auto
the small
and
ones.
travel content, walking videos,
I to count,
live streams. The
I
other
to
channels
count
pretty much everything else.
pants.
The other channel used to be kind of like B-sides.
I to count the pants in this moment. Look to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Towards John Street from Grange Park. Vivian Johnson is here.
1, 2,
Doing well, Vivian?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Look to the right. 24 pounds in this complex. Look to the right. 24.
It's a gorgeous day in the blue skies. It's like 20 degrees, gentle breeze. So, JD, wing zeros here, David Ing. Rocky, how's it going, Rocky? My plan was to just come downtown and kind of do a longer stream. The weather was so nice, I decided to squeeze in a video before it. We're heading south. I don't know where we'll end up. Oh, hello. Thank you. You could just keep going south down to the lake. You guys want to get a view of the waterfront? I don't have to be anywhere until 7 or so. A very bustling Queen Street West coming up. Greetings, Chris Sterling. Zach says no. Daniel says yes. Hang Chulu. Havana sandwich. No, there's one of those up at Young and Eglinton, I think. John Burke says lake. Lorraine says lake. I guess we have a target destination. We're not going to Nord Lyon. Man, I haven't seen it like this downtown since some nice days in last fall. We've had some glorious weather this year already, but this is like the full spring vibes. Naturally, Lisa is here. And how nice is it that it's 5:41 and the sun is still way up there? Am I close to the Red Path Sugar Company? No, we probably won't make it over there. I will in a future stream for sure. Yes, we are very happy that winter is long over. Nathan Phillips Square was a very busy scene as well. Chris Sterling, holy cow, $20. Forgot what it's like to have Super Chat so easily read. I can even see all the emojis. Thank you, Chris Sterling. Thank you so much. I think you just bought me dinner after this. Jenny K says, indeed to that notion. Jenny K is one of the OG viewers going back 4 or 5 years ago. There's an Asian festival at Melaskin Square. Flick Hunter's here. Good to see you, Flick Hunter. As we get to Richmond and John Street, there's going to be some pretty busy patios coming up. And in case you missed it, I explained I done goofed. This live stream is not being fed through my exclusive streaming server So we don't have any 4K goodness. Hopefully the good weather makes up for it. There's the ballroom. That's a fun place. Love the sound of ball smashing some pins over. How cool is that? Throw a game of bowling, some sports on the big screen, have some drinks. There's a few different locations that have popped up. Runway 06. Doing that tomorrow. Thanks for confirming things at least look okay. Natural Lisa, $10, and Johnny, a bevy to go with that sweet treat, and another bevy if you get in a good sweat. You know, I am so hungry. I got myself on the wait list at Gayubi. I know I was just in Tokyo. I mean, I think I went to barbecue 3 times there, but I'm kind of craving that tonight. So if all goes to plan, I might be having some sweet, sweet Gayubi later, and I will have a couple. Thank you very much. Douglas says, what do I think of the hover boat between Toronto and Niagara? I think that's an awesome idea. Apparently the port downtown is near Billy Bishop. They're still a few years away from being able to launch, but if and when they do, I'll definitely do that. I've got family in that region. Also, I think that would make for a pretty neat video. There's going to be a ton of interest in it. I never got to try the Rochester ferry. Be short-lived. Rochester ferry, but a lot of people had good things to say about it. There's the fox and Phil. And Hooters. And Vasily is here. Greetings. There's a cocktail bar in Melrose. Carl says the boat launch will probably happen before the crosstown opens. It is looking awfully like they're about to open the crosstown. If you walk through Eglinton Station, you'll see what I mean. You can pretty much see right into the crosstown section, and a lot of the connections that have been closed off look like they're ready to open up. Level 6000 is here. Fire truck had its lights on and sirens ringing to go into the fire station. Is that an emergency? Or is it coming back out? Does it have to go in and then maybe it has to leave right away again?
Выйдите, мне надо
Нет,
убрать
я не могу
оттуда.
их сейчас обосрать.
Выйдите.
Идиотка, я обосрусь сейчас.
Блядь.
Is that the equivalent of a cop putting their lights on to get through the intersection to grab a donut? Huh. Maybe it's just got to make a pit stop and there's another emergency to attend to. Have I ever had pad thai at the Rosencrown? I can't remember. guys, I'm just pulling something up. Mighty Bull has entered the room. Boom, boom, boom. Greetings to the room. Isn't it? I want you in my room. Da, 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 da. Greetings, Megan, and everyone else. BFF, burgers and fries forever. There's still sweet Jesus over there. As we go south down John Street. Claim it's the best pad thai in Toronto, and you can attest to it. At the Rosencrown. That's a bold claim for a place with pie literally on the floor above it, which has the best cow soy in Toronto. John and King. Nick Bruce says that is a big claim indeed. Down towards the dome. To the wind. How does that happen? I just went from being the 40th in line to the 41st in line. Sheena Roberts, thank you for tuning in, Sheena. Just tuning in, we started up at Grange Park. And we're heading south down to the lake, and I'm gonna head back north at some point. We're gonna get a peek at the waterfront and what it's like down there. It's gonna start to cool off pretty soon. Scott Blue. Nick asking, how did my new laptop work out on the trip? The MacBook Air? Despite the fact that I absolutely hate working in Mac OS, and I don't think I'll ever like it or get used to it, the laptop itself worked out well. It did everything I needed to do, just in an exceedingly frustrating manner. But I'm going to keep it. I only travel 4 or 5 times a year. But it's nice to have in my bed. I actually keep it under the pillow next to me. And then in the morning at 9 when I wake up, I pull it out and I watch my premiere and join in on the chat with everyone. It's nice having a laptop I only have to charge every week and a half or so. Is it feasible for a tourist to visit Ontario cheaply by camping in the national parks? Probably, but none of those places are near any urban centers. So, we have a very, I think Algonquin Park is quite popular for that sort of thing, but you're going to be nowhere near Toronto. way, Jenny, did I miss something? Oh, Jenny's having dinner? Chris Sterling says camping at Algonquin is awesome. I've heard good things. I've never done it. Greetings, Jasmine NYC. As we are gonna walk alongside the Skydome on our way down to Lake Ontario, eh? There's a Boston Pizza. Is that the Boston Pizza Alicia and Yahya were going to? David Ing asking how I like my S24 Ultra. I have no desire to replace it. It's probably going to be my long-term daily phone. I was thinking of getting the newest iPhone when it came out for streaming purposes, but I'm probably going to settle on just putting a new battery in the 15 Pro. Thank you, Bill Chow, for being the 87th like. As we get to Front Street, we're going to avoid that copyright music minefield. That one says that Boston Pizza used to be a Movenpick. That is a brand that is no longer operating in these parts. I used to love going to the Movenpick Marché. It's like a pretty fancy-ass buffet where they would make stuff to order. Am I streaming on the S24 now? No, I'm streaming on the 15 Pro. The 15 Pro when I got it as my daily phone. From right when it was released until this came out, and I did not look back. Not a fan of iOS. Nick says good wings at the Pint. Yeah, the Pint is decent. They have some pretty good deals on during the week. I remember going there, getting some deals.
Hi, John.
Oh, hi, how's it going?
Nice to see you. Finally, I know you just walk around in the city. I watch your YouTube.
Would I know you in the chat by anything?
No.
Oh, we're just live now, but nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, enjoy. Friendly viewer saying hi. Chris Mill says the Jays are in Seattle. I wonder if there's a big Canadian turnout there. As we watch a GO train race off towards suburbia. Train. This is obviously a speed restricted area, and they're just starting to move because the Via train would probably dust the GO train. Although maybe not. Those GO trains have, well, that one has an engine on the back pushing it. Sometimes you'll see one on either side. But it says, what city is this? This is the great city of Gotham. As we look up at the tower, we are in Touristville Central. Chris says it was a little muted, but still plenty of Jays fans there. What was the score of the Jays game tonight? Blue Jays score. Let me just ask Google. Oh, they don't play till 9:40. nice view of the South Core just up ahead. Jack says Jay's not doing too well this year. No, they've blown some games really late, unfortunately. I don't think they'll be good until Shapiro and Atkins leave. Those guys have just been an utter disaster for this franchise. They inherited a team that was going into the playoffs every year like gangbusters, and they turned it into absolute horseshit. And their puppet of the manager is their scapegoat. We all know John Schneider doesn't actually call any of the shots, otherwise he would have lost his job. No bitterness here. But imagine going from Alex Anthopoulos to Ross Atkins. Yikes. Randy Rock says Oilers tonight. There's what was a beautiful fountain of salmon swimming up ahead, but it's been dysfunctional for quite a while. And Rogers doesn't seem too keen on fixing it. I love this view. Al says perks of being physically disabled is you can stay put all day watching these with no guilt of not being out. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining in. Yeah, Lisa, I struggled for words on that one. Yeah, let's go down that way. Towards the fountain that is no longer working. Mary W. There's the fountain. Or what should be the fountain, but Rogers would rather spend money putting a guy who has nothing to do with baseball in front of our baseball stadium. They named center for some reason. Salmon Run. The revitalization of Salmon Run, the City of Toronto's Economic Development and Culture Division, is working with Parks, Forestry and Rec in Toronto Downtown West BIA and other stakeholders to revitalize the artwork Salmon Run. Don't you love government red tape? Glad it's coming back. Maybe I was mistaken in blaming Rogers for it. Safe X, what's going on here? Some serious cameras. Your talent for a chance to win $5,000.
Another galaxy rocket. Slowly, guys. How do you work yourself?
Got the roundhouse across the street. sometimes you'll see a little train pulling little ones around here on these tiny little tracks. One sec. Beautiful day just to be moseying around. Says, was I snapping the selfie? No, I was checking out where I was on the Yelp waitlist. I may have joined it for multiple locations. It's the crumbling Gardner Expressway. Douglas says it's Trump trying to kill the Toronto film industry. I think he just had, one of his classic dumb thoughts in the middle of the night and tweeted it. The backlash was quite severe. I don't think the Toronto and Vancouver film industries are in any grave danger. Says Yelp has waitlists. Who knew? Yeah, it's how a lot of restaurants that are busy operate these days. Rather than give you a reservation, they put you on a wait list, and then it tells you roughly what time it'll be. And it's way better for the restaurant, because if a couple goes there and eats quickly, and then they have another reservation in like 40 minutes, sometimes they have to hold the table. So they just have an empty table at the restaurant sitting there, even though they're packed and they want people to eat. So by doing the waitlist thing, the restaurants can ensure all their tables are full at all the time. It's very smart on their part. You have to be flexible as a diner, of course. Also, if they have a no-show, they just go to the next one in line. It's no big deal when they wait list. Yeah, Gayubi being an all-you-can-eat buffet, I think most people stay there for an hour and a half. The Harbourfront Center. Arnold will come often to Toronto to admire the tower. Arian G. I don't know. Is it stuttering when I pan?